Hey, what's up, guys? Xavier Cottle coming back at you again with another film room breakdown slash analysis. Today we're doing Jack Conklin, 26 years old, right tackle for the Cleveland Browns. He's a great combo blocker. He's agile. He's a very good base blocking run blocker. High motor. Um, yeah, there's just a lot you could say about Jack Conklin. Um, Him and Wyatt Teller probably make up the best right side of any NFL offensive line in the league right now. Um, yeah, he's playing phenomenal. Him and Wyatt Teller just tearing the league up. It's really fun watching him. He is really just this, you know, what you imagine as a right tackle, this big road grading force in the trenches. Um, but one thing before we get into the video, if you could pause this video, like and subscribe. I'm bringing you 5 of these a week, 5 offensive linemen, the PFF Team of the Week players. I'm breaking down their film, showing you what they're doing, what's making them, or what's getting this Team of the Week honor. You know, what is making them such a good player. Uh, if you're a fan of offensive linemen, or if you just want to know really more about offensive linemen and who's good in the league, I'm your guy. This is the channel you want to come to. I'm going to be showing you these, like I said, 5 times a week. But without further ado, let's get into the video here. First play is 13-22. Here he is at right tackle. There you go. Boom. Perfect. Perfect. Right here, this is zone. Wyatt Teller takes a good step. Gets a punch on his outside shoulder. Jacks his shoulder up. He's shaded over. He's fighting the block. He's trying to run. But what's he do? Cuts blocks, hits him right in his leg, drops him to the ground. Perfect form. That's exactly what you want to see from your backside tackle there. Making sure to neutralize that defensive end so his guard can work up to the next level. It's a great block from him. Next play is 906. There's not that many I have for him. I have a good amount, but nothing like Wyatt Teller's amounts or Garrett Bradbury or Deion Dawkins. He played a very solid game. There's just a lot of plays I didn't throw in here just because they didn't look too flashy. They didn't really showcase anything spectacular. But he just plays a good game. He has power, you can see there. Guy tries to come to the inside. With just his punch alone and his weight, he just shifts him over 3 gaps. Uh, that's just what you want to see here. You see him come to the inside. All right, you want to go to the inside. I'm going to crash you down into the line. To create this pile, really, just give him no chance, really, to do anything here. It's a great play from him. Baker Mayfield finds the appropriate read. It's good protection. All right, next play, 829. Yeah, one of the things I really do admire from him is just really just his run blocking. Like Wyatt Teller, these guys are just some road graders. That's what they are. This right side of this offensive line is the best run blocking right side of any offensive line in the league, in my opinion. Probably of any side, honestly. It's probably the duo right here you're going to see. But right here, I mean, he's just moving 54. He works the 54 very well. Good right step, opens his hips up, boom, hits him. Late punch. Jacks his shoulder up, moves him out of the way. Here comes Chubb right off Teller's hip for a big gain. That's a great block. Yeah, like I said, he works to the next level really well. And a lot of whenever you see linemen, a lot of linemen that are just pure run blockers, power run blockers, that's their downfall. Is that they're not very good at getting to the next level. But Jack Conklin is a exception to that rule because he's a very good run blocker. He has a very good motor, and he gets to the next level with the best of them at his position. He is here, backside, dumps him, pancake. Didn't fall on him. It's one of the things I'd like to see him do because what Wyatt Teller does, if he does that, he is finishing his block, putting his belly on you and burying you in the ground. Conklin does not do that a lot. If he puts someone on the ground, it is just because he drives his feet and he he just drops them in. But his technique uh, is really good compared to Wyatt Taylor. His technique is much better. Wyatt Taylor is just flat out this dominant force. Jack Conklin's very strong. He has great strength, but he's not like world beater. I'm way stronger than you. Every person at that position they face. He uses his intangibles to beat people a lot of the time, which is something I admire in all linemen because great intangibles and great awareness can make a good offensive lineman great. You go 108. I think he's sitting at a 86 PFF grade, so that's incredibly high. But yeah, you just see his strength here. Like this guy is just running back and forth for his life. Tries to throw his hands off and just gets. Oh my gosh. I guess he's lucky his other defensive lineman was there because he was being sent on a ride. One more time. Boom. I mean, what a collision. That just shows his strength, really. Against these defensive ends, he's just. I mean, unless they're just an elite strength defensive end, 3-4 defensive end, someone just big and strong, he's going to manhandle them. He showed it all game. And I'm sure in the future, too, he'll be doing, some of the same stuff. He has a big test coming up this weekend. I'm really excited to see this offensive line face off against the Colts defensive line because that's probably going to be the matchup of the year, maybe, for offensive line versus defensive line play because Colts have a lot of depth on their defensive line and they have some very good, great starters. The two best defensive linemen in the league are actually on these teams, so Myles Garrett and DeForest Buckner, as we're sitting at the quarterly mark. Here's Jack Conklin. Boom, next level. Gets a hold of him. What's he do? Great block. Great block. Like I said, he works to the second level really well this whole game. A reason that happens, though, is just because of how weak this Dallas defensive front is. It's just he don't have to help here. So he just throws a hand out there. He knows why it's going to get him, and he just gets a full run head on head with 54 to the block, and then walls him off. Knows Hunt's going to want to run here. Unfortunate he's there, but that's the block he's supposed to be making. This is supposed to be here. 64 loses his block a little bit there. Who is that? J.C. Trader. J.C. Trader doesn't secure this block well. If he does, this is a humongous gain. Yep. Next play, 10:48. Here we go. Here we are. Right tackle, Jack Conklin. Takes a step down. It's great. Perfect. See, do you just see how little resistance this D tackle is giving? I mean, he just literally like goes inside, lets him block him, and just allows Conklin to not have to help whatsoever on this block at all. He does not have to help him. He goes to throw a hand, notices he's already gone. He's like, all right, I'm going next level. Boom, huge collision. Uh, yeah, 54 was not happy the whole game. See Wyatt Teller pancaking somebody. Wyatt Teller and Jack Conklin were regular visitors to that second level and hitting 54 that whole game. Dallas has serious issues at defensive line. This is why I'm really not. I'm pretty sold on Wyatt Teller, but Jack Conklin not really because I haven't seen him just dominate linebackers and linemen like Wyatt Teller's doing. Don't get me wrong, he is a quality player. He is a very good player, and he's playing at a Pro Bowl level right now, but I haven't seen him play against someone that's given him a real test. And I believe that's what we're going to see this Sunday. Really show what this offensive line's made of. Because as of right now, they are 100% the most well put together offensive line in the league. They got firepower, they got strength, they got pass protection. I mean, they are looking like the best offensive line in the league, personnel wise, for sure. Here's Conklin, moves him out. Notices how he just kind of flips his hips here. He comes off, hits him, feels him fight to the outside, flips his hips, knocks him out, and walls him off. That's perfect. Exactly what you want to see. Just he had such a good game. I mean, their whole offensive line. I don't think a single one of them at this current mark is under a 80, and then after just one person has an 80 PFF grade, and then the rest have like 84 or 86 and above. Was just astronomical for an offensive line. Like I couldn't tell you the last. I've never even heard of an offensive line being this good altogether. It's a lot of praise, I understand, but I mean they deserve it at this point. They absolutely deserve the praise they're getting. Two more plays in this quarter. My fault. Here he is. Boom. Big hit, seals him off. That's just him reaching a man, a gap over actually. Reaching a gap over. He shoots inside. 81 gets a just slows him down enough for Conklin to take over. For some reason, he hip tosses him when he's trying to get his edge. Doesn't fight the block back, and then loses. That's a great block from. That's just perfect from Conklin. That's exactly what you want to see, which opens up a huge gain, allows him to get down to the goal line. It's really fun watching this offensive line play. I'll say that. Wyatt Teller especially, but Jack Conklin's up there too. They also have a rookie left tackle that's really fun to watch. There's a lot of people that are on this team that are just so good. I mean, this offense is just firepower. This might be the best put together offense in the league. I can't say the same about their defense. Is really what will probably be their Achilles heel this year. Here's Conklin. Boom. Look at that. I wish I would. Like I said, he is a very strong base blocker. He gets to the next level well, but he just don't have that what Wyatt Teller has. If Wyatt Teller hits his 54 like this, blindside, boom, he is on his butt. Quentin Nelson does that, he's on his butt. And I just really want to see more aggression there because he could have threw his whole body into him instead of just patty cake, just a hand push and then stops. Like, I want to see him be more aggressive. I want to see him just flat out beat people and then drive them into the ground because he can. He is that level of player. Um, but it's like whenever he's beat somebody already, he's just kind of done. I want to see him really impose his will on people. Is what I'm saying. Because his motor is good. If he's blocking front side, he gets his block, and whenever and he will make sure he completes his block. And if he's not like got his block out of the way, he'll fight to the whistle. Yeah, that's great. But I want to see him even whenever he's won. I want to see him bury people. I want to see him really, like I said, just impose his will more because Jack Conklin is that player. He can do that. But right there was a great block. That was a great block. Gets to the next level, walls him off, allows the running room. They went for 300 yards this game. I mean, it takes a collective effort. Last play here in the second. Oh, right here. Boom, pass set. That's a great block. Let's watch this form here. Boom, kick slide. Gets shoulder to shoulder with him, mirrors him, moves his feet, comes back, stays in front of him. That's perfect. Playing against a fast edge rusher, he played that as well as anyone can. Quarter three. Just a few more plays here. About 8. Like I said, I didn't have too many for him. I had about I had a decent amount, but not too many. Just one more time. Just see how much movement this side gets. Boom, 72 gets a good block on him. I mean, gets instant movement. 72 is probably done in this league. After I watch this game, this guy is just he don't belong on the field, man. I'll be honest with you. He just against guys like this, he's never having a chance. But you just see how much movement he gets. Just absolutely off the ball. As soon as he hits him, he's running backwards. Right into the linebacker. Wyatt Taylor comes in, hits him. That's 4 yards of movement. And it just you can't have your defensive tackle getting blown 4 yards off the ball, 12 yards to one direction. Like that's you can't have that happen. And that's something Conklin and Taylor can do against poor defensive linemen. They're going to obliterate them every play. Um, I mean, this matchup was just painfully bad. Just it's just so one sided. And it really it's not good to brag about beating up on poor players, but at the end of the day, they're still defensive linemen. They're still NFL defensive linemen. And the fact that the Browns can run the ball for 300 yards should tell you something about this offense. Baker is. I love Baker Mayfield. I think he's a great player. I think he has um, a lot of, just the competitive spirit's what I like about him. But he's not as good as he should be. And so them being able to run the ball and protect him is really so beneficiary to them. And it's so great seeing this Browns offensive line come together because it really helps him. But right here, okay, here's Conklin. Every offensive lineman that's ever lived is guilty of them doing this, but he's an NFL lineman, so I'm kind of a stickler for it. If you get beat, if this guy can cross your face on your step, so he's stepping right. Everyone steps right on this line right here. Boom. This guy crosses his face. Instead of going forward, like he has no chance of getting this. He should just go forward and secure this block on 99 for a fact. I don't think 99 makes this play, but if he doesn't play so timid right here, like he's going to get blown up, like he has been the whole game, I mean, can you blame him? He's just terrified that he's about to get killed right here by another offensive lineman. See how he slows down? Kind of just braces for impact. That never happens. If he just continues on, he makes his tackle. But if that happens, like Conklin needs to just go. If you mess up 100 miles per hour, get to the next guy, next man. Right here, he just kind of hesitated. He just a little lapse. But that's one play out of however many he was just rolling people pretty much. So we can let that one slide. Next one, 337. Right here's Conklin. Boom. Great block. This is a base block. Comes off the ball. Stalemates here with 72. 72 just kind of sets his feet. Gets the inside look. Tries to make a move, and then he just lifts him off balance, off his feet. Huge running lane. Huge running lane. It's exactly what you want to see from Conklin. It's a good base block. That's a good way to shift his momentum, shift his weight, and make that guy go off balance to open up the hole for Kareem Hunt. Yeah, Cleveland loves to run off this right side, which I don't blame them. Uh, but we'll see if people later on in the season start to kind of stack over their right side there. Right here's Conklin. Boom. Yeah. My God. And then he gets to the next level. Like that is just perfection. That is the best play I saw from him whole game, hands down. Just look at the power he generates from this punch on 72, which allows Wyatt Taylor just to kind of sling him. That still Wyatt Taylor has to do a good portion of work here, but this punch is just legendary. Boom! Look at the shoulder. Bam! Wyatt Taylor flips him, gets straight to the next level immediately. Gets a hat on him. Gets a good block. He cuts up here. If he could have kept moving right there, he's never making that play. That's fantastic. That is the best play I probably saw from an offensive lineman that whole game. Last one of the third. 4 plays left. Right here's Conklin. Yeah, perfect. Handles that stunt very well. Sees the defensive end come off the line kind of slow here. Immediately looks inside. See it. There we go. Sees him come off slow, goes to the inside, picks him up perfectly, allowing Wyatt Teller to get a hold of 97. That's fantastic. It's exactly what you want to see. Baker Mayfield is just in a pocket that no one. I mean, look how long he can hold the ball for. And he gets it off, gets a completion. That's just fantastic. That is just great, great protection provided by his offensive line there. Said it time and time again. The NFL, a game in the NFL is won and lost in the trenches, hands down. If you're winning in the trenches, you are most likely winning that ball game. Right here's Conklin. Boom, base block. Yeah, okay. This is really, yeah, this is another thing. He really just gets out in front of himself here. You see how he's real far out on his toes, over his feet. It's not what you want to see on a base block. He's just really trying to like board drill. Really, he's just trying to just one on one with him instead of playing the football play. And he gets beat right here, gets push pulled. Um, Somehow stays in front of him. I mean, kind of funny. He's like even though he's going to the ground, he's still trying to make this block, which I do admire. But still, yeah, you can't get out over your toes like that, or that's going any, even a mediocre defensive line can push pull you whenever you're out on your weight, got all your weight forward. But like I said, he's fairly young. He's just 26. Like that's not a big issue. Seeing that's not a horrible issue. Boom, next level, perfect. Then gets movement on the second level too. It's really what you want to see. You see, gets the hand on, works up, hands on the inside. That's just great blocking. That's textbook. All right, last play here. Then we'll talk a little bit about him and how I think he's going to impact this Cleveland offense. Here he is. Yeah, this is just a base block. See how he's not out on his weight. He remembered that last time. He doesn't do it this time. Takes a good step. I like this angle he keeps his right foot at. You get more drive off of it when you keep it like this. Good step, boom, gets his hands on, moves his feet, moving his hips, moving his feet. This guy's 5 yards down the field now, 6 yards down the field, 7 yards down the field, picking up another blocker just to block somebody else just for fun. He's doing such a great job. That's all the clips, but I'm gonna talk a little bit about him here. Yeah, I really can't stress this enough. How good Jack Conklin and Wyatt Teller, J.C. Treader, Joel Bitonio, and um, Jedrick Willis is. They're just such a great offensive line. They're so well put together. They really cater to the strengths of this Browns team, and that's just been able to run the ball, keep a lot of the pressure off Baker Mayfield, who I think right now can be a great quarterback, but just doesn't have it yet. He doesn't have just that it factor yet. He's not like you. If you put the game in Baker's hands, you're iffy about it. And it's really helping him. I think having this offensive line, having a Jack Conklin, a Wyatt Teller, all these guys are really going to help him open up his game in the NFL, so he can see more reads, see what's happening. just less pressure being on him. Um, yeah, I'm really excited to see this game. Like I said, it's going to be number one defense versus high powered running offense. Power running offense with the second best defensive player, uh, defensive lineman in the league on the Colts with Grover Stewart, who is done a complete 180 this year. He is a phenomenal nose guard now. Last year he was 330. He's lost about 20 pounds. He's down to 310, 315. And he's looking explosive off the ball. He's probably my pick for most improved interior defensive lineman this year. And then, of course, they got Justin Houston, Danico Autry. You know, this team's combined right now for like 30 sacks. Last season, the defensive lineman, or 30, 33 or something like that. So this is going to be a great matchup. This is just going to be Titan versus Titan up front. On not really on both sides because I think the Colts offensive line is just flat out better than the Browns defensive line, other than Miles Garrett. Um, Another thing is I'm pretty sure the Browns are going to be missing Larry Ogunjobi, who's their best interior defensive lineman, and Adrian Claiborne, which is really going to hurt them. So, uh, yeah, I'm just really excited to see this matchup. It's going to be a real test for Jack Conklin, see what he's really made of. Yeah, but hey, if you're still here, I appreciate you being here. Like I said, I'm going to be bringing a lot of these videos every week. I'm going to be showing you just examples upon examples of great offensive linemen in this NFL, what makes them great, and telling what I really like about them, what I don't like about them. If I think they're going to have a great future, if they're just, or they're just peter out. But yeah, if you're still here, like and subscribe if you like the content, and I'll be seeing you later.